Hello, my friend. Vinay here, lecturer of exercise science at National Strength and Conditioning Association, NSCA, India, and body transformation and a performance coach. Here in episode 3 of the Fitness Engineered podcast, just to discuss about all the necessary tools, frameworks, and knowledge that you actually need to make your transformation and fitness journey easier, faster, and enjoyable. So let's dive deep into today's topic that you chose from the poll that I put on Instagram that was about supplements that work. Very detailed topic. Let's dive deep. Let's go. So supplements that work. This is a very crazy topic, my friend. When we talk about supplements, there are a lot of supplements out there. But let me tell you this. Supplements actually work if they are used correctly. Okay, there are many supplements in the market out there which will blow your mind if you use them correctly. There are supplements that could help you boost your performance and also increase the speed of your results. But for that, we need to know how to use them, when to use them, and which are the best forms of the supplements. But here's the catch, my friend. No supplement can compensate for a bad diet, no exercise, and worse sleep. If these three things are not aligned, supplements will not work or will not give you the best possible results that they could if these three things were aligned. So before we talk about supplements and how they work and which are the best form, let me tell you this. Let's go back in time and just think about the days when you were in 10th standard giving your board exams. You were given a main answer sheet on which you had to write all of the answers that you wanted to, and if the main answer sheet you filled all of it and you still needed more, you still had something more to write, you could always go for a supplement, right? But before taking supplement, you had to finish or you have to fill up the entire main answer sheet first. You won't even get the supplement if you don't fill up the main answer sheet, right? Same thing happens with the dietary supplements. These supplements are there to supplement a good nutrition, to supplement a good exercise routine, to supplement a good recovery and sleep routine. These supplements cannot compensate for or they cannot replace a good nutrition, exercise or recovery routine. So this is the first thing that I want you to know before we talk anything about supplements. But apart from nutrition, training and sleep, there are a few more things that we should consider to make a supplement work for us. Because some supplements work best when they are saturated in the body. Saturated basically means stored in our body, like creatine. Some could be toxic if overdosed, like vitamin D. These are fat soluble vitamins. They are stored in the body, and if they are overdosed, they could be toxic for us. Some could be habit forming, like melatonin and caffeine. We get used to it, and after a point, these supplements stop working with the similar dosages. Then we need more of it. Or when we stop taking these, they could also have withdrawal symptoms. And some supplements could cause issues with digestion, like plant protein for some people, whey protein for some people who are lactose intolerant. Then there are some supplements, if they are taken together, they could interact with each other and they could cause indigestion and problem with gases and a lot of those things like caffeine and creatine. Then vitamin D is again a fat soluble vitamin. If taken with a high fat meal, would be absorbed better and would work better. And most of these supplements would not work if they are underdosed. That is about the supplement part, my friend. Supplements are not like you just go on Amazon, go on Flipkart and you just buy whatever you see, or you just see an ad on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, just go on their website and order the supplement and start taking it. If you want to make a supplement work, you need to take it in the right dosages, take it at the right time, and apart from this, you should know the best form of the supplement so that it could be most effective for you. So here's a detailed list of supplements that actually work, and we are not just going to talk about the supplements that work, we are also going to talk about three things about every supplement. Number one is, what is the effective dose of the supplement for best results. Number 2, what are the best forms or the best ingredients that should be in the supplement for them to give us the best results. And number 3, how and when we should use the supplements for best results. So these are the 3 points that we are going to discuss about every supplement that we are going to list. And make sure that you don't waste your money on any supplements and avoid all of the side effects from any of the supplements that we are going to use. But my friend, before starting any supplement protocol, I would highly recommend you to consult with a educated and a qualified professional who has knowledge about all of these things, has knowledge about the interaction of supplements with human body, has knowledge about the entire chemistry about the supplements and human body and how the things interact with each other. Without that, I would not recommend you starting any of the supplements, even if it is whey protein or even if it is creatine. Even if these sound safe, these could cause problem for some people, and if you are among the some people, it could be dangerous. Stay away from using any supplement if you don't have proper guidance around it. Okay, let's dive down. First supplement on the list of supplements that work is whey protein. Yes, you would have anticipated it to be on the top of the list, and that is because we as a community don't eat enough protein. And whey protein is there to fill up the gap. It won't replace the entire need for protein, but it could fill up the gaps that you have within your nutrition protocol so that you get enough protein throughout the day. Even for a fully sedentary person, or even if you are an athlete, even if you are a physique competitor, even if you just want to lose weight, you just want to survive, you still need protein, my friend, because protein is involved in almost every function of our body, right from immunity, right from building the tissues from your hairs, skin, organ, everything, nails, bones, everything. Majority of the tissues are made up from collagen, and collagen is made up from protein. If you are facing problem with your skin, your hairs, immunity, everything, protein is going to help with every single thing, my friend. That is why protein is such an important component. But when the component is so important, we are bombarded about marketing from companies that sell protein. So which are the best proteins out there? Is whey protein the only protein that we should take? There are plant protein these days. I am seeing a lot of advertises from plant protein manufacturers and things like that. They claim to have no bloating, they claim to have no allergens, they claim to have no fat and things like that. But are they actually safe? I would say every protein powder is not the same. There are multiple protein powders out there. There are plant proteins, there are pea protein, soy protein, rice protein, a combination of these. Then when we talk about whey protein, we have whey protein concentrate, we have whey protein isolate, we have whey protein hydrolyzed. Which one is the best? Here, it depends on person to person. Okay. From bioavailability point of view, bioavailability basically means how well our body could digest and absorb the nutrients from any given food source. This is the reason why vegetarian protein sources are not that good of a protein sources, because even if we are getting 50 grams of protein from animal protein sources and 50 grams of protein from plant based protein sources, the bioavailability of animal based protein sources is higher than plant based sources. So even if we are getting 50 grams from both, we would be getting slightly higher amount of total protein from animal sources and slightly lower amount of protein from plant based sources, because they couldn't be very easily and well digested and absorbed by our body. Okay, this is one of the reasons. The second reason is they lack essential amino acids. 1 gram of protein is made up from 21 amino acids. 21 amino acids, basically there's a chain of these amino acids. If there are 21 unique amino acids in the chain, that forms a complete protein. There are 9 essential amino acids, the rest are non-essential. The good part about non-essential amino acids is our body can also synthesize non-essential amino acids by itself from other components. Essential amino acids are the amino acids that our body cannot produce by itself and it needs from the food that we eat. So the major problem with plant-based foods and plant-based proteins is that they lack essential amino acids. What happens when we talk about plant-based protein powders? Plant-based protein powders are not single ingredient protein powder most of the times. If we blend a few protein sources together, they could complement each other's protein profile. So if suppose we take a rice protein and pea protein, these two together could give us a complete amino acid profile. That's the beauty of it, my friend. This is called as protein complementation, and this is a very well-known strategy when we talk about getting enough protein for vegetarians. The technique is called as protein complementation, where two different protein sources or food sources that have complementary protein profiles, that if paired together, because our body does not understand whether we are drinking it all together or whether we are drinking two foods together. The body is gonna break everything down, and if there are complementary protein sources present in the body, in the bloodstream, they could work as a complete protein source as well. So a rice protein isolate, a rice protein hydrolysed, and pea protein isolate, pea protein concentrates are basically the lower amount, or we could say the lower potency of the, or lower quality of the proteins. Isolates are slightly better, hydrolysed are more better, because hydrolysed are basically their pre-digested protein sources. You get hydrolyzed proteins in pea protein, rice protein, soya bean protein, everywhere you get the same concentrate, isolate, hydrolyzed when we talk about whey protein as well. Whey protein is milk based protein. Whey protein is made up from milk when there is a curdling process, or basically the process of forming paneer. Have you seen the process of forming paneer or not? It is very simple, my friend. Whenever we want to form paneer from milk, what we do is we add in something that will make separate the milk solids from milk liquids. The milk liquid is the whey protein, the milk solid becomes paneer. And all of the liquid paneer is then filtered, it is dried, flavors are added, and that becomes whey protein. This is the simple process of whey protein formation. Okay, so whey protein concentrate is the what we could say, just after filtration, without filtering out a lot of things, what is remains is whey protein concentrate. After a lot of filtration, after isolating whey protein and removing all the fats and a lot of lactose from it, what becomes is whey protein isolate. And after that, if we still processing is done, if it is more processed, if it is hydrolyzed, it is called as whey protein hydrolyzed. Hydrolyzed whey protein is basically a pre-digested whey protein, which is very easy to digest, does not give problem even to lactose intolerant people, and very smooth, but this is also very costly. Okay, but same thing with plant-based proteins as well. You would find plant proteins. Now let's take an example of pea and rice protein. Pea and peas means green peas basically. Green peas and rice protein could complement each other very well, and they could give us a complete amino acid profile as well. So if we just compare pea and rice protein concentrate to pea and rice protein isolates and pea and rice protein hydrolyzed would be a better option to choose from, but it would be costly as well. So what the manufacturers do, if they want to cut out on the prices and increase their profit margins, they mostly use all of the cheap sources, mostly concentrate, mostly the food sources that are available very cheap. Soybean, you will find a lot of plant-based protein filled up with soybean. Soybean is very cheap. Soybean protein concentrate is again a lot cheaper than the other ones. Okay, so whenever you choose protein, you should always choose either an isolate or a better combination of hydrolyzed, isolate and concentrate. Okay, so this is point number one about the quality and the ingredients that should be used in your proteins. I would still rate whey protein as higher because the bioavailability is more, presence of essential amino acids is more, presence of branched chain amino acids is more, and it is digestible for a lot of people if you are using a genuine brand. If you buy a duplicate product, then it might cause a lot of problems, but if you buy a genuine product from a reputable brand, majority of the times I haven't seen people facing problem with whey protein unless they are lactose intolerant. If you are lactose intolerant, you can always go for a good brand plant-based protein that has ingredient list nice and clear with mostly isolate and hydrolyzed protein sources and a combination of multiple protein sources, especially pea, rice and soybean. A combination of these three works the best. That was about the protein. How and when to use protein is, you could use it as your meal, my friend. If you are going out for a party, if you are going at a guest's place or something where you know that you won't be getting enough protein through the meal, you could take a scoop of protein and that will do the work for you. That will act as a meal for you. You could take it 4 times a day, you could take it once a day, you could take it post workout, pre workout. Does not matter that much. What matters more is your overall daily protein intake. That overall daily protein intake, even for a sedentary individual, should be somewhere around 1.2 grams of protein per kg of body weight, should be what every individual should be having. With increase in age, the protein demands increases because the digestibility of the protein goes down, so we need more protein to even fulfill the basic requirements of our body. The people who are slightly athletic, who go and train and do things like that, the demand slightly increases to 1.5 to 1.8 grams of protein per kg of body weight. For highly athletic individuals, for people who are regularly strength training, for people who have hypertrophy goals, for people who have strength goals, for them the protein demands could go up to 2 grams per kg of body weight, and beyond that is also not a problem. But beyond 2.2 grams of protein per kg of body weight, the results are not that evident unless you are a very high level professional, you are a professional bodybuilder, you are a professional athlete whose body's demands are higher, who have got higher muscle mass, who just work around a lot of hours and they have a lot of wear and tear in the body. For them, even beyond 2.2 grams of protein per kg of body weight would be beneficial, but 99% of cases you won't need more than that. That was about protein. Let's move on to the supplement number 2 that actually work is creatine. Yes, you would have guessed this, but yes, creatine is a naturally occurring compound in our body. We get creatine from the foods that we eat, but not in the quantity that we need it. Just like we discussed previously as well, dose is what is very important when we talk about supplements, because we are taking supplements to fulfill requirement that is not fulfilled from the food that we are eating. So to fulfill that requirement, if we are underdosing the supplements, then there is no point in taking supplements and they won't actually work if they are underdosed. So supplement should be in an optimal dosage for them to work better. So when we talk about creatine, there are 10 different forms of creatine available out there. There is creatine monohydrate, creatine HCl, and just things like that. The best and the most researched form of creatine is creatine monohydrate. It is the cheapest one and the most effective one. Okay, creatine HCl is also a good form of creatine, but it is more costlier than creatine monohydrate. So that does not make any sense in spending more money on a product that is slightly better but equally effective to creatine monohydrate if the results are going to be same. Creatine monohydrate is something that was just used for increasing strength, increasing muscle mass as of now, but there have been a lot of studies lately that have shown creatine to be very highly effective for brain performance. It has shown to improve cognitive performance as well. It has shown to improve focus and cognitive skills as well in fewer studies, but more research needs to be done on this topic for more clearance about how the creatine actually helps with the mental performance as well. There is a category of supplements that are called as smart supplements or smart drugs. They are called as nootropics, NOOTROPICS, nootropics. So creatine falls into the category of nootropics as well. That makes us smarter. So creatine is something that everyone would benefit from. Everyone, even if you are a teenager, even if you are mid-aged, even if you are an older adult, creatine would benefit every individual. We get creatine from the foods as well, but the dosage of that is not enough. And major source of creatine is meat, and slightly better source is red meats, which we rarely or don't eat at all. So we are not getting that much of creatine from the foods that we are actually eating. So it makes a lot of sense to supplement with creatine. That's why we should start supplementing with creatine. It's a no-brainer. So what are the best forms? Creatine monohydrate, as we discussed. What should be the best dosages? Now, dosages of creatine, there are two ways of using creatine. One is creatine loading and the other one is taking it regularly. Because creatine is a type of supplement that works when it is saturated in the body, when it is stored in the body. When the creatine is stored in the body to an optimal limit, from there on the results are exponential. Till the time creatine gets loaded in the system, you might not even see any performance results or any results from creatine. So there are two phases about how we could use creatine. First phase is the loading phase and the second is the maintenance phase, or the second type of using creatine is just use it regularly. Okay, both of the ways have shown to be equally effective after 28 days of creatine intake. If we are taking the loading phase, basically is not required, so I would not be talking a lot about the loading phase of creatine, but I would tell you the most optimal way to consume creatine. Just take 5 grams of creatine every day. That's the best. And if you want to stay on a slightly safer side, although creatine is generally safe for if we consume it 5 grams every day, even for the rest of the life, but if you want to stay on a slightly safer side, what you could always do is just consume 5 grams of creatine every day, and after every 4 months you could just cycle it off. You could just stop taking creatine for a month or so. Your body will flush out all of the creatine stored in the body, and you would again start the creatine after a month or so. It takes around 14 days to clear out all of the creatine stores. Creatine is amazing for increasing strength, increasing hypertrophy, increasing performance. Creatine holds a lot of fluids in the body, and what that does is, with the fluids comes in nutrients, with the fluid comes in a lot of proteins and amino acids that also helps with the recovery of the muscle. And this process helps to speed up strength, helps to speed up muscle gain, that is hypertrophy, helps to speed up performance, and all the amazing benefits from creatine. That was about creatine. So creatine 5 grams every day, no problem. Whenever you take it, that does not matter a lot. Just consistency with creatine matters more than when you take it. Most probably post workout 5 grams of creatine works best. Okay, apart from that, creatine monohydrate is the best source. That was about creatine monohydrate. Supplement number 3 on our list of the supplements that actually work is vitamin D. You would be shocked to know that vitamin D is on so top of the list, is because vitamin D is a very crucial vitamin for our body, and nowadays we humans are not going out in sun. Going out in sun and synthesizing vitamin D from the sun was the major source of vitamin D for humans, because we don't get enough vitamin D from foods that we eat. So getting vitamin D from sun was the best source, and nowadays we rarely go out in the sun. I check a lot of blood reports every day, every week of my clients, and I rarely, very rarely, I find someone who has sufficient amounts of vitamin D. 99% of the clients that come to me are deficient in vitamin D, even me included. Even I was deficient in vitamin D for a very long time, till the time that I did not get my blood report checked. Once I came to know that I was deficient in vitamin D, I started supplementing with vitamin D, and now my vitamin D levels are at a optimal level. So when we talk about vitamin D is very crucial for the formation of testosterone. Vitamin D works as a precursor for testosterone. It is very important in the formation of testosterone. Apart from that, vitamin D, if you don't have enough vitamin D in the body, you cannot absorb as much calcium in the body. Many a times people that are deficient in calcium are given calcium tablets, but if they don't have enough vitamin D in their body, the calcium won't be absorbed. That's the part. This is the thing that people miss a lot of times. They just go on taking any supplement that they see. If they see that their bones start paining, they start taking calcium, and they think that it should work. But this does not work like that, my friend. If you have insufficient amount of vitamin D in the body, absorption of calcium gets hampered. Again, vitamin D is involved in multiple other functions when it comes to our bones, when it comes to our immunity, when it comes to our mental performance, when it comes to our heart health and things like that. So that's why supplementing with vitamin D is the best option. But how should we supplement that? What are the best ingredients and when we should consume that is down below. Number one, the best source of vitamin D supplementation is vitamin D3, also known as cholecalciferol. That is the best form of vitamin D3 that is easily absorbable for our body and it's most effective. The most effective dose for vitamin D3 is 2000 to 5000 IU. IU stands for international units in which vitamin D3 is actually measured. You will get vitamin D3 in tablet forms as well as capsules which are gel or liquid filled, because vitamin D3 is a fat soluble vitamin which is well absorbed when we have a meal that has some fats with it, because it makes vitamin D3 easier to absorb and more effective. That is about vitamin D3 dosage and when we should take it. How long you should take vitamin D3 is till the time you find that your blood reports or your body has got enough vitamin D3, and after that you could just lower the doses. So for example, if you are deficient in vitamin, you could start with a higher dosage. Do not start with higher dosages from day one itself, because you don't know how your body will react to it. Okay, so start with a lower dosage and raise it up if your body feels comfortable with it, and till the time that your vitamin D3 levels in the blood stabilize till an optimal point, you can just keep on taking it at a higher dosages. Once you find that the vitamin D3 in your body, the level of vitamin D3 in the body are stable, you could slightly lower the dosage and just take the maintenance dosage, because vitamin D3, as I told you already, it's a fat soluble vitamin, so our body could actually store vitamin D3 in our body. Okay, and if that vitamin is stored in the body, the problem arises when we take a lot of vitamin D3 or all of these fat soluble vitamins, because if they are consumed in more quantity, they could also be toxic for our body. So always be cautious, and that is also one of the reason why I recommended you to always start taking supplements only under guidance. That was about vitamin D3. Let's move on to the next one. The next one on the list of supplements that work is omega-3. Omega-3, my friend, yes, omega-3 is also an essential nutrient, just like protein is for our body, because our body cannot synthesize it on its own. All of first four supplements that we discussed are essential nutrients because our body needs it from the food. We cannot create it by ourselves. Okay, even if we could not create it in such a quantity that would actually be helpful for us. Okay, so the next one on the list is omega-3. Omega-3 forms under the category of essential nutrient for our body. Omega-3 is a fat, basically a source of fat. You would have heard about omega-3, omega-6, omega-9s, all the oils and things like that have a lot of omega-6 and omega-9s. And omega-3 is what is very important, because in our body there are lipids, cholesterols, triglycerides, all of these things in the body. You would have heard about high cholesterol. High cholesterol could cause blockages in arteries and could lead to heart attacks and things like that. This is where omega-3 comes into picture and becomes very, very important, because we need omega-6 and omega-9s as well, but our body can produce omega-6 and omega-9 by itself. They are not essential nutrients. Omega-3 is an essential nutrient because our body cannot synthesize it on its own. So we need it from the food. But what happens when we consume omega-3s from the food is we get them in a very lower potency. The bioavailability is not that high unless we are consuming fish. Fish is the best source of omega-3. We also get higher quantities of omega-3 and it is also more bioavailable. When we talk about flax seeds, chia seeds, when we talk about walnuts, almonds, these are the things that also contains omega-3, but there are two components in omega-3 that makes it more potent than the other. Okay, it is called as EPA and DHA. These are the two components in an omega-3 that makes one omega-3 slightly better than the other. Just like when we talked about protein, we talked about the presence of essential amino acids. Just like that, when we talk about omega-3, if there is a higher concentration of EPA and DHA in an omega-3 source and the same concentration of omega-3 from the other source which has less amount of EPA and DHA, the omega-3 source that has higher EPA and DHA is better, is more potent and is more effective for us. So these sources are only fish, if we could say. Apart from that, we get omega-3 from flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, almonds and things like that, but the potency is very less, EPA and DHA ratio is very little. So that is why supplementing with omega-3 is the best option out there, because we don't eat fish every day, at least majority of us don't, and for vegans and vegetarians, they could start supplementing with omega-3 that is made from fish if possible, but if not, there are also omega-3 available from flax seeds and from nuts. They could start supplementing with omega-3 from flax seeds, nuts and things like that, but make sure that the ratio of EPA and DHA is slightly higher. The best dosages for omega-3s is around 2 to 4 grams of omega-3. 2 to 4 grams is slightly higher, my friend. The capsules, the tablets that we get in the market range somewhere around 500 to 1000 milligrams. So you will have to consume slightly more tablets of it. If it is a 500 milligram, we would at least need 4 tablets of it to get to 2 grams of omega-3 and things like that. There are also triple strength omega-3 tablets available out there. They come in 1000 or 1250 milligram tablet each, and they have higher ratios, better ratios of EPA and DHA as well, because they are called triple strength because the concentration of EPA and DHA is almost triple than what we could get from a 500 milligram tablet. Okay, so the ratio for EPA is slightly higher than DHA. The triple strength tablets are one of the best ones, and the most probable ratio for EPA and DHA is almost 560 to 400. This is the best ratio and available in triple strength formulations, majorly from fish sources. Fish sources are the best ones. Always go for a reputed brand, always go for a brand that, again, there could be gastric refluxes and the aftertaste from fish oils that are not well trusted, well researched and well formulated. So always check these things out and always buy supplements from the brand's original website to make sure that the supplement that you are taking is authentic and does not cause any side effect, because fish oil is something that also gets rancid if it is kept in sun, or if it gets over the expiry limit or even closer to the expiry date. So always make sure that you buy it from authentic website. Always make sure that it is not rancid and very away from its expiry date, and always store it properly so that the quality is maintained. These are the things which were very important about omega-3 capsules. Apart from that, the dosages, again, omega-3 could be taken with a meal, without a meal, does not matter a lot. What matters is taking it on a consistent basis. But post meal or with meal is the best option. If you are taking 2 grams of omega-3s, probably the triple strength one, make sure that you have one with your breakfast and with your dinner, or with lunch and with dinner, no problem at all. That was about omega-3s. The next supplement on the list of supplements that actually work is pre-workout. Pre-workout is a formulation of multiple ingredients, and pre-workout is a supplement that actually works instantly. As soon as you take it, you will get that energy high, you will perform like a beast and things like that. That is because of the combination of all of the ingredients inside a pre-workout. Pre-workout does not have a very special or very specific formulation. It is made up from different ingredients in different concentration, and a synergist effect. Synergist means a combination of effects of all of these compounds makes pre-workout a very good choice for supplements for people who are looking to boost their performance, for people who are going to push their limits and things like that. That's why Pre-workout is a supplement that works. There is nothing else like pre-workout that would give you the kick and the energy boost. The major component in a pre-workout is caffeine. Caffeine again helps with energy level, helps with focus, and a lot of those things. Caffeine is what makes pre-workout very, very effective. Or else, if we are not taking a pre-workout, caffeine can be taken as a pre-workout by itself as well. Also, caffeine present in a pre-workout is well formulated and easier to digest and more effective than caffeine from coffee and green tea and things like that. So that's why pre-workout is on the list, and caffeine is a component of pre-workout, so caffeine also deserves to be on this list. But apart from caffeine, there are multiple ingredients in a pre-workout that makes it highly effective. That is citrulline malate. Citrulline malate is a very good ingredient when it comes to increasing your nitric oxide production. What this is a vasodilator. Vasodilator basically means that we have veins in our body, and the veins are supposed this size. What nitric oxide actually does is it just slowly dilates. This process is called as dilation of the veins. So it slightly dilates, makes the veins slightly bigger so that we get a better pump, the blood circulation is increased and things like that. And with a better pump, we could push through our limits slightly more. We could have better removal of the toxins from the muscles, the waste products, lactic acid from the muscles, they could be removed faster, so we could perform slightly more, slightly better. There could be fresh nutrients circulating faster through the blood in the body, in the muscles that are actually trained and where the fresh nutrients are actually required. So this vasodilation process helps with performance, helps with strength, helps with recovery as well. Second ingredient in the pre-workout formulation that makes pre-workout an effective supplement. Then the third one on the list is beta-alanine. Beta-alanine is very well known supplement that increases the endurance performance of our body, of our muscles and overall system. Beta-alanine is also something that works very well and is always in the formulation of pre-workout that makes pre-workout a better supplement. Also, there are a few small things that could be added to a pre-workout to make it slightly better. One of them is L-theanine. L-theanine is something that increases focus and cognitive performance and prevents from the energy drops from the caffeine if there are any. Then there are BCAAs added in a pre-workout. BCAAs are nothing but branched chain amino acids which helps with muscle protein synthesis and things like that. So it could, if be added with pre-workout, it could increase the SE of the pre-workout supplement. Apart from that, all of these ingredients, caffeine, L-theanine, then we have got citrulline, then we have got beta-alanine, all of these ingredients, even if they are taken separately, could work as a pre-workout. So basically dosages should be monitored and the digestibility should be taken care of, because everything, if we take it separately, there would be a lot of load on the digestive process as well. When a company manufactures these things together, these products are always tested how they work and how efficacious they are for the person consuming it. So a pre-workout formulation could slightly be a better option, but you could always have these things separately as well and they work equally well if taken in the right dosages. Next supplement on the list of the supplements that actually work is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha and ZMA, these are the last two supplements on the list of supplements that actually work. These are the two supplements that have tremendously helped me with increasing my sleep, increasing my recovery, making me fall asleep faster, making me stay asleep deeper and making me feel a lot refreshed when I wake up. Now there are a lot of researches on the ingredients from these two supplements. Ashwagandha is basically a plant and that the ashwagandha extract is what makes the supplement. Ashwagandha extract could be taken from root, could be taken from plant, could be taken from leaves, could be taken from the fruit of ashwagandha as well. But the most potent extract from ashwagandha is from its root, and there is a trademark or a copyrighted thing from ashwagandha called as KSM66. which makes ashwagandha slightly potent and slightly better because they have a standardized process of extraction and they have a standardized ratio of vitanolids is what is the most potent ingredient from ashwagandha that we get. So KSM 66 has their own extraction process and 5% is the standardized quantity of vitanolids that we get from ashwagandha KSM 66. So this is what I would recommend because there are a lot of low quality ashwagandhas available in the market as well, and I would not recommend you all of those things. So whichever ashwagandha is KSM 66 trademarked or certified, make sure you go for those. Next one is ZMA. ZMA is simply a multivitamin tablet that works best together. Okay, so ZMA is basically zinc, magnesium aspartate and vitamin B6. So a combination of these three is what makes a ZMA supplement. These three things have a very synergistic effect. Synergistic effect means all of these ingredients, if used together in the right dosages, they work very well. They work very well to making you sleep better, recover better, and again they have shown to have a better response in cortisol stress management and in faster recovery. So these are the supplements I personally take, ashwagandha, KSM 66 and ZMA, to help me enhance my sleep. Also, enhancing the sleep isn't dependent on the supplement. There are 10 different things that I do to enhance my sleep, and whenever I feel that I am a lot stressed, there are a lot of things going on in my life and I need something extra to help me with my sleep, help me enhance my recovery, I go for KSM 66 ashwagandha and ZMA. These two supplements help a lot when it comes to recovery, when it comes to sleep, when it comes to stress management. Could also help you with testosterone, increasing your testosterone as a male. For females, again, this does not hamper the females or convert the females into males by increasing their testosterone. This is equally helpful for both of them because they don't directly affect testosterone. What they do is they lower cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So once the cortisol is lowered, there are chances of your body to balance the other hormones. And a good effect from lowering your cortisol is also increase in testosterone with better recovery. If you're eating better, if you're going for strength training and things like that, you would have a better level of testosterone because in males and in females, both of them require testosterone. Just the concentration is different. For females, the concentration of testosterone and estrogen is different. Also, both of them have both of the hormones, estrogen as well as testosterone. Just the levels of both of them are different. That is what. Apart from that, there are a few things that I would like to add in when it comes to ZMA. ZMA tablet also comes with melatonin. Melatonin is our sleep hormone, and if melatonin is supplemented externally, orally, what happens is our body could get used to the melatonin from the supplement and could lower the production of melatonin from the body. So make sure that if you are consuming melatonin from the supplement form, it should not go beyond 2 milligrams, because if it goes beyond that, then the chances of our body stopping its own, it won't stop actually, it would just lower the production of melatonin and the body just goes in a different zone. And generally the brands add in more melatonin than required. Generally there is 5 milligrams of melatonin in the capsules and things like that. That would actually make you sleepy when you even wake up, because there's a lot of melatonin that's circulating in your body, which is still making you asleep even when you want to wake up. So make sure that the ZMA that you consume does not come with melatonin. But there are a few ingredients that could help to enhance the effect of ZMA and ashwagandha on sleep, and those are L-theanine, tryptophan and valerian root extract. These three ingredients have also shown to be slightly effective when it comes to recovery, when it comes to enhancing your sleep, when it comes to improving your recovery and your performance. So these are the three ingredients that, if combined with ZMA, could help boost the results and the efficacy of ZMA itself. There are also few ingredients that would also help with increase in testosterone, but they need a lot more research, and there are research from both the sides that shows that they are effective and they are not as effective in the long run. Fenugreek seed extract and tribulus. Tribulus is also known as gokshura or gokru. In Ayurvedic literature, it has got a lot of benefits for testosterone, fertility, and things like that, but they still need a lot more research to prove their claims. But if they are added with ZMA ashwagandha for your sleep, they could work, but still need more research, and I cannot be very confident about telling you or recommending you this. But ashwagandha KSM 66 and ZMA are the best options when it comes to improving your sleep, recovery, and your performance and your strength. This was the list for the supplements that actually work. Apart from that, there are multiple other supplements that did not make the list of the supplements that actually work. That is 100% because of their efficacy, and they're not well researched so far, or the claims that they have are not validated by the research. So that's why they are not on the list. But few of the supplements that could work are acetyl L-carnitine. Then apple cider vinegar has also shown to have some effects on blood sugar management and things like that, but it is not a weight loss supplement. Then there are multivitamins. Multivitamins are generally underdosed, and they are sold. Use multivitamins only as a insurance. So even if you have the insurance, or even if you don't, you still need to take care of yourself. Insurance just provides a cover for you. Okay, that is how you should look at multivitamins as well, because multivitamins will not fulfill everything if there are gaps in your nutrition. Okay, that was about it, my friend. These were the list of supplements that I trust, that I have tried myself, that have worked best for me. Apart from that, if you think that there are any supplements that have actually proven and you have got amazing results from it, do let me know. I'll be happy to know which supplements have worked best for you, and I have missed those. I would be happy to try those out. Apart from that, my friend, Vinay Suryanshi here. I'm on Instagram as Fitness Engineer Vinay. If you have any more doubts, questions, or queries, do drop a DM on Instagram, and I'll be happy to help you out. Make sure you like the podcast, you share it with your friends, because that is gonna help me grow. I am here to help you with all the tools, knowledge, and resources to make your transformation journey easier, faster, and enjoyable. Vinay Suryanshi signing off.